Buff Nation.
Let's go.
Welcome in to DMBR. Yep, ring 'em. DMBR Buffs Prime Time. We are presented by Illegal Pete's today.
Oh, let's go.
Check out any of their 10 Colorado locations for happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. Shout out Illegal Pete's. My name is Jake Schwanitz. Joining me, RK. Got a fun show today, Ryan.
Got a fun show today. Had a great show yesterday. Shout out to everyone who left comments during the show and then after the show just about the interview. Really hope to have more and more guys on, but as I tweeted out, a perfect representation of the Coach Prime era. You know, his qualities that he looks for in every player, obviously smart, tough, fast, discipline,
With character.
And I feel like Tyler Brown had with character very much on display. And so that was really cool to see. Appreciate him for coming on and appreciate all you guys for the love.
Yeah, everyone in the comments has been awesome so far, but the comments on yesterday's show were really, really cool.
Yep.
Partially because they were about Tyler and just how cool he is.
Yeah, great stuff.
He will be back at some point soon, I'm hoping.
I was going to say, one thing that he had in common with Coach Prime was a slight fear
Yes.
of our queen, Ralphie.
Yep.
And great stuff today from the CU Buffs football account.
Yep.
Getting out this video of Coach Prime meeting with the head of the Ralphie program. Let's play it real quick.
How you doing?
Great, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Taylor.
Taylor, oh.
We're so excited to have you.
Have a seat, please.
Awesome, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I hear that something's been weighing on your soul.
Yeah.
Tell me what's got you scared of Ralphie.
Ralphie's a buffalo.
I'm aware.
Let's start right there.
I spent a lot of time with her.
Ralphie's huge.
So this one's young still. She's not fully grown. She's only about 800 pounds.
What you mean only about 800 pounds?
Cool, like think two of the linemen that you were hanging out
that's
with. Three?
Three.
Oh, what?
Three. I'm scared. Yeah, we gotta meet. You gotta arrange a meeting so
absolutely.
we could
100%. We'll
talk
do
it
a
out,
meeting.
chat it up.
She'll love you.
Yeah, so we could meet at a disclosed location.
Sure.
But you gotta, tell her a little bit about me,
I
so
will.
she,
We've already told her all about you.
she
She's very
understands how I
excited.
move and how I get down.
No, it's all good. So it'll be the way it works is we run out first, and so you'll come out after us and
Thank
lead
you,
the team
Jesus.
out.
Thank you.
Yes.
'Cause I can't move like I used to. I'm only 8 toes down now.
Oh, 8 toes down.
Yeah.
They're important for balance, so
Right.
it makes sense. But she's only you guys are right the same, but she's got 8 toes too.
She has 8 toes?
They got 2 toes on each foot, 4 legs, 8 toes.
Ralphie has 8 toes.
Right? So that's how you know you're gonna be best friends. You can tell her all about it.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, we got 8 toes.
We have something in common.
You do. She will be looking forward to hearing about it.
We have something in common.
That was so good. The look at the camera break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Ralphie has 8 toes is like, it's like all-time content. You can tell he's been in commercials.
Yeah, 100%. He owned that moment just like he owns almost every moment of the day.
Yes, well, Ralphie is the greatest, I don't know, thing we've ever had at CU. So
Yeah,
maybe 8 toes is a sign.
it is.
8
Maybe
toes
it is.
for the legends.
Destiny, I guess.
We already have plenty of Ralphie statues.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll make another 8-toed statue one day.
Just 2 giant feet, or just get Coach Prime's feet.
Well, I
guess.
just mean a statue of Coach Prime. But, we
That
would
works
know
too.
that the statue only had 8 toes.
Yes.
By the way, shout out to the other Tyler Brown for noticing that I rocking the Shedeur Sanders merch. Had to rep.
Legendary.
Had to rep, yes. This is high quality stuff, to be honest.
It looks a lot better even up close than when I saw it walking in.
It's very well printed. I think I went one size too big, if I'm being completely honest, but what can you do?
What can you do? You got that swag, the drip.
There you go. Yeah, a little baggy is in.
All right. Let's get to it then. We're going to be going through the next kind of round of transfers. We did something like this a few weeks ago. This one is going to be tier list format. We gravitate towards those. We got 20 guys. There are some guys who I think we missed. I think this happened after yesterday's show, but the Upshaw is his last name, from Michigan,
Yes.
announced he was visiting.
Yes?
He's not on this list, but we've got even more guys. Tons of A&M guys.
Yes.
Michigan, it's from all over the country. JSU, of course. Let's get into it.
Well, and just real quick on Upshaw,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's a little bit of a sign that there's going to be another big recruiting weekend. When did he announce? So it's not this weekend, but next weekend?
Next weekend. You know what I thought was interesting about that, though, is I may be reading too much into this. He said January 13th through the 15th. Cormani McLean said he was going to announce his new place on the 15th.
Wow. So can he come for a visit? I think he could, maybe.
The dead period ends, yeah.
There you go. Maybe he comes for a visit, announces on that Sunday or whatever it is.
Yes.
So yeah, there you go. That is just something I wanted to keep an eye on. I'm like, okay, I don't think it doesn't seem like they do small recruiting weekends around here anymore. So it could be Upshaw and a bunch of others. So yeah, this speaker over here is buzzing very loud.
There we go.
Thank you. This is driving me nuts.
Actually, let's do a couple more news things before we get to the tier list, because Trey Sanders has chosen a new school. It is not CU, it is TCU.
Yes.
So we'll see him week 1.
We will, maybe, hopefully. For him, I
Yes.
hope that we will see him week 1 just because I know he's dealt with so many injuries.
Mm-hmm. And then former CU quarterback Maddox Kopp is going to play for the Miami, Ohio Redhawks.
There you go. Also, everyone in the comments wants us to have Shiloh on the show. I feel like that would be electric.
That would be amazing.
Yes, help us get the word to him.
Yes,
we would love
let
to have
him know.
We'd love to have him. We'd love to have anyone, any of the Sanders family is welcome on this show.
He's visiting Boulder. Did you see his YouTube video that came out?
Yes.
Yep, he's coming.
There we go. Yeah, and that's what everyone said. He's on his way.
Yep. We'll see him soon. All right, let's get to the tier list. Yeah. Throw it up. Here we go.
All right.
Um,
We might want to zoom it in just a little bit to give people a better idea, because we did put names below these guys' faces so you guys could follow along with who's where, especially as names start to stack up next to each other.
and we have 5 tiers, top tier being #HeComing.
He coming.
But it should be said we are doing this list on who we want, and it's a combination of who we want and who we think is going to come in.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone is going in the he ain't coming tier, because I just don't know if I can confidently say anyone ain't coming.
That's true. That's a great point. Let's get started with it then. First guy, Andrel Anthony. He just entered the portal not too long ago, yesterday actually. Former Michigan wide receiver, former 3-star recruit. Didn't really have a great year this year. Only 7 receptions for 80 yards, 1 touchdown. But last year in 2021 for Michigan, much more productive. Only 250 yards, but he had a massive game against Michigan State. 6 receptions, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns. What do you think?
That's kind of a rough start. I forget the names of the tiers again. Can we go tier?
We got he coming, top tier. He may be coming, second to top tier. He could be coming, third tier. Fourth tier, he probably won't be coming.
All right, let's go third tier. He could be coming. This wide receiver room is stacked, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the only way they add to it is with someone they just can't refuse. A Kevin Coleman would obviously be someone that I think was already in the plans.
Yep.
So, if he were to commit, obviously that would be, huge and we'd love it. After that, though, I don't know how many more wide receivers they want.
We got a few on this list, though, so we'll get to them. And
Okay.
I think a few of them are guys that we're
We
gonna,
want. Okay.
we're gonna want.
A guy with, a couple catches, a couple 100 yards over the last 2 years combined.
Right.
I'm almost tempted to put him in he ain't coming.
He's been raking in the offers, though.
Okay. All right. Talented.
So, yes, very talented. Next guy, Micah Bernard, former Utah Ute running back. He was kind of second fiddle to Tavion Thomas, who was like their starter. But last year, in 2022, 533 rushing yards on 106 attempts. That's 5 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. In 21, 523 yards rushing, 87 carries, 6 yards per carry.
What's his specs?
Like his measurements?
Yep.
6 foot, 202.
Bigger back.
Bigger back for sure.
Need it bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's one other running back on this list, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to put him in for now. He may be coming.
Okay.
Which, by the way, the last time we did one of these tier lists, was a long time ago. I believe in
was.
October.
Yeah.
And it was tearing off the coaches. And I'll never forget that moment because we came across Coach Prime. And I never... First of all, I put him S tier.
Yes.
I said, the top tier, absolute home run, one of the best things that could happen. And then I turned around and said, but there's no way it happens. What a world we now live in.
Maybe, I don't know, we had the inside edge, I guess.
Yeah, well, we knew it
had a
would be
feeling.
great. We knew it would be
Yes.
great, that's for sure.
We were ahead of the curve. Next guy is a guy we've talked about quite a bit, actually. Smoke Bowie, former 4-star recruit, one of many guys on this list from Texas A&M. He visited the second weekend in December of second round of visits. Haven't heard much from him since, though.
I always confuse PJ Williams, who is the transfer target, and who's on the staff.
Nick Williams.
Nick Williams.
Yes.
Nick Williams and Smoke Bowie apparently have a extremely close relationship, and I'm going to lean on that. Relationships often are the tiebreakers in these situations, so he might have some big offers. He might have some big NIL offers out there, but I think in the end he decides to go, obviously, with Coach Prime as a corner, but also with Nick Williams to Boulder. So I'm putting him in hashtag he coming.
He coming. First one. Love it. We'll get to PJ Williams soon. Another guy who we talked about a lot that has on threes had him at Penn State almost 100%.
One more thing on Smoke Bowie.
Go for it.
Cannot add enough talent to that room.
Right.
Just can't.
And it's Coach Prime. Why not just stack up on as many corners as possible?
I know.
Dante Cephas from Kent State. This guy listed at 6 foot 178. I think he's a bit bigger than that now. 2021, great season. 82 receptions, 1,240 yards, 9 touchdowns. Last year, only 48 receptions, 744 yards, 3 touchdowns. They went through a new quarterback change.
This is tough. I'm going to put him in he may be coming. It's a tier 2 for me, not just in terms of his chances of coming to Boulder, but also with how much I want him. I think he's number 2. He's going to end up being number 2 for me on the wide receivers list, unless there's someone who surprises me that I don't know about yet.
I don't know about surprise.
He's such a good fit in this offense. He did such a great job playing alongside. What was that quarterback's name? I forget his name.
Dustin Crum.
Dustin Crum. He was just a beast, and I love the way that he understands how this offense works from a wide receiver perspective. I think he could be helpful to everyone in that room. So I hope he comes, but it doesn't feel like he is.
Doesn't feel like he is. I think if he was coming, it probably would have happened already. I mean, I'm sure Sean Lewis has been in his ear.
Yeah.
And I think he's getting offers from other places. We've seen Penn State on 3 at like 99% for 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll find out. Another guy we talked about quite a bit, Mr. Kevin Coleman, former JSU receiver, was at Louisville yesterday.
There you go.
Had a great Celebration Bowl. Well, not the best seasons. True freshman, obviously.
Yep.
Kind of coming into his own. But where do we see him?
First of all, I love a guy who has the best game of his freshman season and his last game of his freshman season. It shows growth and all of that. I'm putting him in he coming. And he's, I believe, my number 1 wide receiver target of the transfer class. That's why I'm putting him on the top. I don't know if he's going to do it. But, again, I just think when push comes to shove, it's going to be hard to go play for someone else other than Coach Prime.
Right.
Leave, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. It seemed like the 3 of them really had, especially in that Celebration Bowl, just great chemistry, really had something cooking. So I think he will eventually be a Buff. And he also is a top-tier target for me.
Yes, 100% top-tier target. Next guy, he entered the portal yesterday. Victor Kern, tackle from Washington. He went to the same high school as Colorado Buffs running back Deion Smith, who posted on his Instagram page the photo of Victor Kern entering the transfer portal with 3 eyeball emojis.
First of all, really dope that Deion Smith, who is a holdover, of course,
Right.
going to be a senior, seemingly is helping recruit still. I think there might have been some awkward tension between the new guys and the old guys. But in the end, everyone has the same goal. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to compete. And Deion Smith's been here for a while. He sounds like he's going to stay around. Sounds like he's going to try and help the Buffs get a big time offensive lineman, top tier, just gotta have it level. Mm-hmm. Anything you can do. He was all Pac-12, correct?
Let me double check. I know he played right tackle the last 2 years, but he's listed in many places as interior line.
Okay. I believe he was all Pac-12, if not second team all Pac-12. This is big. Very big.
And we haven't really seen a lot of current CU players trying to recruit others yet. And I think that now that we've kind of opened those floodgates, anything is possible.
Yes. Top tier, yeah.
Top tier him. Next guy, I don't think we know too much about, but Branson Dean. He just entered the transfer portal on the 21st of December. So he's been in there a minute. He's from Purdue. 6'2", 275, defensive lineman / DT is what he's listed at. Last year, played all 12 games, 28 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks. In 2021, played 10 games, 26 total tackles, but 9.5 for a loss with 3 sacks.
Where's he coming from?
Purdue.
Where do you want him?
Where, like, position?
No, where do you want him on the list?
I think we go he could be coming.
Okay.
Just because he's been in the portal for a while, I think that if CU was actually, pursuing him heavily, we would have seen more smoke, more signals yet at this point. But we'll see.
Right. Could be. Next guy. Damon Damus. He was a former 5-star, I believe. He was a highly touted recruit, I know for sure. Another guy from Texas A&M who has the most players entering the transfer portal. He's a former 5-star wide receiver from the 2020 class. Last year, only 15 receptions, 235 yards, 1 touchdown. 2 years ago, actually. So he wasn't part of last year's class, which a lot of those transfers are.
2020 recruiting class.
Okay. I will put him in. He could be coming. The Texas A&M transfers, there's a lot of, no pun intended, smoke around them.
Yep.
Just about, what's going on. But that's mostly with the 2022 class, right?
Yes. So Demus actually entered the portal on March 29th.
Yeah. So this is a little bit of a different one.
Yes.
But I'm gonna say he could be coming. And we'll see what happens there.
Sean Camp saying in the comments, Demus is a beast, but red flags, was in jail.
Don't know if that's true, but that might be a deal breaker.
Yeah, might be a deal breaker. Where did we put him? He could be coming.
Yep.
Next guy, another 5-star, Eric Gilbert, former Georgia tight end. Tim Brewster has been attacking the tight ends. He's been aggressive. Let's see how aggressive he is.
And he has a relationship with Eric Gilbert, at least from, originally recruiting him to Florida, I believe. Top tier. I don't know if he's coming, but he is got to be in the very, very top of the targets. Now, the Buffs already got the best tight end in the transfer portal before he entered. So I guess I think Gilbert probably a little bit above Traore, but you can't, it's not like quarterback where you just need one and you're good.
Right.
If you're able to put 2 out there who are beasts, and I didn't see too much tight end in the Sean Lewis offense. A lot of wide receiver, a lot of 4 wide receiver looks that I remember. But that being said, if you have weapons, he'll find a way to use them. He is an innovative coach. I don't think he's a guy who's like, you have to fit into my system. I think he's a guy who creates based off of the players that he has. You give him Traore and Eric Gilbert, and they're going to make some noise. Gilbert, just a just a specimen.
Yes.
Specimen.
I mean, he's getting just stacked behind this depth chart of stud tight ends.
Which they have a crazy tight end group.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, so big one. I would love that one.
Would be a massive get. This next guy, I don't think he got in the field very much last year for Kentucky. Keontae Goodwin was a 5-star recruit, though. True freshman last year. Was the number 1 recruit from Indiana in the 2022 class. Ranked as the top offensive tackle in the nation. Number 2 offensive tackle according to 247 Sports. Number 13 player overall according to 247 Sports. He's in the portal.
Transferring from
Kentucky. I don't think he played much last year.
Again, I'll put him in the second tier. He may be coming, which was really just you want him. I feel like they have a lot of talent on the offensive line now. I would just always say more.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think they might be set in terms of their starting line. Now, if you can upgrade at the position, you absolutely do it, which is why I put the Washington kid up at the top. So you got to bring in competition. You got to bring in talent. I just wonder if it's going to be tough for them to land him as he kind of starts looking at, the group they have there.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like playing time is high on his list.
Yeah, for sure. He had more than 60 scholarship offers coming out. Chose Kentucky, of course, over Alabama, Michigan State, Texas A&M, to name a few. RJ Moore Malone in the comments saying he trained and coached Goodwin when he was a freshman in Louisville, Kentucky. He's a good kid.
Scroll up. Speaking of the comments, again, this is not us reporting this. This is just a comment here, which could be true. Who says Keyshawn Silver is my cousin. He told us Sunday he's going to commit to CU. Keyshawn Silver is a former 5-star defensive lineman.
He's on this list.
Transferring from North Carolina. Well, there you go. We'll take the commenter's word for it.
There you go.
Throw him and he coming.
4th to last, I think. Oh, you found him. Yeah. There you go. Just throw him up there.
Yeah.
You are on top of it. What are we at? 11 guys now? Sounds good. So that means I'm going to tell you guys about our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook, the best place to bet on the remaining bowls in bowl season. I think it's just the national championship now, right? Are there any bowls left?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if you want to bet on the national championship, the best place to go is DraftKings Sportsbook, one of America's top-rated sportsbook apps. And right now, new customers can place just a $5 pregame moneyline bet on any college football team to win, get $150 in free bets if they do. You can also boost your winnings with their stepped-up same-game parlays up to 100%. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code DNVR. New customers place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on a college football team to win and get $150 if your team does. That's code DNVR only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
Just to expand a little bit, or do you have one more?
I have one more.
Go ahead.
Also, shout out to Denver Health Medical. It's open enrollment time for individual health plans now through January 15th. They also have Elevate Exchange plans options for individuals and families looking for cost-effective quality health insurance. They are also offering their Elevate Mind program, which is their mental health program. Open enrollment, as I said, for the exchange runs through November 1st to January 15th. Call today at 303-602-4912 or visit www.denverhealthmedicalplan.org. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, to expand on Silver a little bit, definitely a position of need on the defensive line. If you can get a beast on the defensive line, you absolutely pounce on it. They have added a couple nice players on that defensive line, but that is a position where you constantly need to rotate guys in and out, and you need a lot of depth there to, succeed, I guess, at the highest levels of college football, or really any levels of football.
Right.
So that would be huge. I hope and pray that the commenter there is correct.
We hope so. Someone trying to break in again today? Oh, you did?
All right.
Okay. Next guy, Donnell Harris, was a 4-star 2020 recruit. He plays edge, again, from Texas A&M. He entered the portal not too long ago. It was actually today, or no, a month from today, December 5th.
Okay.
Statistically, nothing great. Only credited with 3 games played since 2020. Does have a sack in that time and 4 total tackles. He's an edge player, though.
Because I have questions about the Texas A&M transfers, and we haven't gotten one yet, right? We're still waiting on PJ Williams. That's the one that seems likely.
Yep.
He's like liking all these tweets and everything. But
yeah, they haven't got one yet.
I'll put him in. He could be coming.
He could be coming.
Or yes, he could be coming.
Okay. Yeah, we're putting Donnell Harris, and he could be coming. Okay, you got him. You got he drinks coffee. Another guy who we've talked about quite a bit, Shane Hooks. He's been in the portal for a few weeks at this point. I don't want to say their leading receiver. I think he was second to Dallas Daniels at JSU, of course. But he is someone who's just kind of hanging out in the portal.
Do we know if he has a Colorado offer?
I don't think so. I think he would have to have shared that on Twitter, and I don't think we've seen that yet.
That's my only question here, because I know he's talented. I know he can play. He made some big plays for JSU. I just don't know if they've offered him.
Right.
That's the only thing that's stopping me from putting him higher on this list. So I guess I would go. He may be coming tier 2 for Shane Hooks. Yeah. Just don't know.
Yep. On the season last year, 66 receptions, 775 yards, 10 touchdowns.
There you go.
We'll see.
Yep.
Next guy, another running back finally. Marshawn Lloyd, formerly of South Carolina. I believe he just entered the portal not too long ago himself. Give me a second. I'll pull up his stats. But I'm pretty sure he is also a bigger back, something that this team is desperately in need of. Listed at 5'9", 215.
Bowling ball.
Last year for South Carolina, 111 attempts, 573 yards. That's a 5.2 yards per carry average. 9 touchdowns, added 18 receptions, 176 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, we got to get one of him or the Utah kid.
Yep.
I will put him up at the top as well. He coming.
Going on to his recruiting profile, member of the 2020 class. He was a 4-star recruit. According to 247 Sports Composite Rankings, was the 43rd player in the country in that 2020 class.
There you go.
Good prospect.
Yes.
Next guy, I think someone shouted him out in the comments. Anthony Lucas, defensive lineman from Texas A&M.
Jesus.
I mean,
the whole portal. You could feel the whole team based off of Texas A&M players in the portal.
It's absolutely insane, bro. Another guy who I don't think got very much playing time.
Are there fans panicking? What's going on over there?
I don't know. Texas A&M fans, if you're in the chat, check in. How are you doing?
What, like, they had the number 1 recruiting class in the nation last year, right? Or right up there.
It was number 1.
It was number 1. And now it's all falling apart. There are rumors out there that they overpromised and underdelivered on NIL stuff. And that severed a lot of relationships. And I won't get into the details, but I have heard about Coach Prime's approach in terms of team-based promises from an NIL perspective.
Yeah.
And knowing what we now know about Texas A&M, I think his approach is very, very smart and going to be very helpful in these types of situations going forward for the Buffs. It might also cause them to not land a certain player.
Sure.
But in the end, I think it will be an overarching win for the Buffs. NIL was built, Jake, to allow guys to profit off their name, image, and likeness. Essentially, like selling uniforms or selling jerseys or selling T-shirts or doing an ad for a local car dealership was the spirit of the idea.
Right.
Not necessarily, if you come here, we'll get you $1 million worth of NIL.
Yeah.
And I think that Colorado is going to be more in line with the spirit of that.
That's what it sounds like from what I've heard also. Anthony Lucas, I don't know. He was a former 5-star recruit, I'll tell you that. He's another guy from the 2022 class.
I'm going to let you place this one.
Let's go he could be coming.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really think anyone was going to end up in the bottom tier, but we'll see what happens. There's still 5 guys.
We can move around once we're all said and done, too. Next guy, God help me here. Fatorma Moba, defensive lineman from Penn State. I don't know too much about him. I believe he just entered the portal, if not today, yesterday. Was a 3-star recruit in the 2020 class. I will get his stats pulled up shortly. Yes, entered the portal today.
Okay. Let's find out more about him.
Give me 2 seconds.
Gotta
His stats
spell
are
that
coming
name.
up. Yeah, exactly. It was credited with playing 11 games last year for the Nittany Lions. Goose eggs across the board. No stats.
That's not good.
Not great.
What about his size?
6'3", 305. Defensive tackle.
That's nice. We'll put him in. He could be coming. I don't know. I'd have to learn more about him or see some high school tape or something before I say anything. Need size on the defensive line, like I just said when we were talking about Keyshawn Silver.
Mm-hmm.
You do, but I don't know enough about this guy quite yet.
Well, let's go to the next guy. Another defensive lineman. This guy has some more production. Former Kentucky Wildcat, Justin Rogers. Last year, credited with 13 games played, 35 total tackles, 1.5 tackles for a loss, half of a sack. He's been playing since 2020, steadily increased playing time since then. Looking at his recruiting page, size-wise, I can tell you, 6'3", 336.
Sign me up.
Was a 4-star recruit in 2020. Consensus or composite 4-star, also a top 100 player in the nation.
Put him at the top. That's a beast right there. That is a
47 offers.
That is a big boy. That is a big man. Again, would just be fantastic to start adding beef to the lines. And that's a lot of beef.
It's a lot of beef. He just entered the portal today, the 5th, 2 days ago. So his process is just getting started.
Yep. Hopefully he's in Boulder next weekend.
Keyshawn Silver was the next guy. He's already up there in He Comin'. Thanks to the viewer. Next guy, J. Michael Sturdivant.
Wow.
Cal wide receiver. I don't want to say was their best wide receiver, was at times last year. The other guy whose name is escaping me right now was a stud. Cal was weird because they were awful. Obviously, the Buffs beat them.
Mm-hmm.
But late in the year, they really got more explosive once, Bill Musgrave was their offensive coordinator.
Yes. Once he was fired.
Yes. They fired him. They started throwing up a lot of points. Last year, 65 receptions, 755 yards, 7 touchdowns. He stands at 6'3", 200 pounds, and I'm pretty sure he was a highly profiled recruit too.
Man, this is a tough one. I love poaching from other Pac-12 schools, which I don't know if we've done yet. I don't think we have one yet from another Pac-12 school. But it's just nice because, first of all, these guys are familiar with the stadiums they play in. They're familiar with the teams they play against. They've already shown, in his case, he can do it in this conference. There's no questions about that. Now, obviously, you get a guy from the SEC or whatever. He's already shown that. But like a Shane Cokes, who I'm really high on, was doing it in the Ivy League. So to have a guy from the Pac-12 would be nice. That being said, I don't know how much wide receiver room there really is. I think maybe it's like one-ish more. So I would put him in tier 2, maybe coming.
Champion Johnson was from Cal.
Yes.
But he's preferred walk-on.
That is true.
Looking through the Prime Tracker, the DMVR.com, I don't see any other Pac-12 guys. You've got Leonard Payne, though, who's from Fresno State.
Right. In the Pac-12 footprint, at least.
Yep. Anyways, J. Michael Sturdivant was a 4-star recruit in the 2021 class. So he's got the pedigree. We listed him. He may be coming. Next
more.
to last guy, Demario Tulin, I believe is his name, from LSU. Let me pull up his recruiting page right now. But just entered the portal also, I believe. Played both sides. Played running back and linebacker.
Whoa.
Was a 4-star recruit in the 2022 class. Just entered the portal yesterday.
Jeez. Miles Jack status?
Miles Jack status.
Oh, man. I want him now. Now I really want him. And those two-way players love playing for Coach Prime.
Yep.
Let's put him up there. He coming.
That's
What were the specs again? What was the size?
size 6'1", 205.
Oh, interesting. A little undersized. For a
Little
linebacker.
undersized, but I mean, he just what was he? What did I say? 2022 class. Yeah, 2022 class. So been
Okay,
out of high
so,
school only
yep.
a year at this point.
That's exciting.
Yep. Pulling up his LSU page right now because I don't see any stats. I was looking for stats. So if I had to guess, I don't think he really even played this last year.
Does that count as playing both ways if you didn't play either way?
At least in high school he did.
Okay, all right, fair.
Yeah, only 10 tackles last year, only 3 solo. So
he did play a little.
he's figuring it out.
Yeah. Not always easy to get on the field at LSU as a freshman.
Yep, that's a good point. Next guy, last guy, a guy we've talked about quite a bit, PJ Williams.
He coming.
Put
him at the top. He's liking Coach Prime's tweets and Bucky's tweets and Barstool Colorado's tweets. Last one he needs to put on the list is a DNVR Buffs tweet. So maybe we can tag him. It's it feels like this has been a foregone conclusion. I don't know what the holdup is.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually just felt like a matter of time for a while now. And it's actually one of the reasons why I was very hesitant of all the Texas A&M guys, because it's like the one that seemed like it was a given hasn't happened. And Smoke Buoy, I also thought it was going to happen, and that one we haven't even really heard any smoke on.
Yeah.
So I'm hesitant, but he coming.
At your worst enemy in the comments, I think Taylor Upshaw only announced that he's visiting CU. I don't think he announced he's coming to CU yet.
I believe that is correct.
All right. That being said, before we get to your guys' questions, I want to tell you about our friends over at Breckenridge Brewery. You guys know we love our Breck brews here at DMVR. They have a brew for every occasion. Again, I'm going to keep teasing this. Just keep an eye out for January 13th. We're having an event involving Breckenridge Brewery and the Nuggets. It's going to be here at the DMVR bar. First off, there's going to be drink specials, first dibs on Breck/DMVR shirt collabs, giveaways. There's going to be a retro theme, and of course, the Nuggets play at 8 p.m. that night.
There we go. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, so stay tuned in. Also, check out their beer locator at www.breckbrew.com to find a Breck brew near you. Mountain Beach Sour, Vanilla Porter Jr., Strawberry Sky, all of those great brews. Check them out.
Couple questions I have for you, Jake.
Go for it.
Let's bring back the tier list really quick. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to look at how many players we had in the top at He Comin'.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, and we're waiting for Yaya to bring it up.
He needs more coffee.
He said he's bad at his job. What can you say? What can you do?
I thought he was fueled by coffee
today.
Not me. Yeah, he did say it.
No,
all right.
We love you.
I'm on a coffee crash right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players are in the He Comin' tier. My question for you, Jake.
Yeah.
Can they make room for 8?
They can.
Okay.
Maybe not right now.
Okay.
But they can.
Where are they at right now? Are they over right now?
Give me a minute and I'll pull it up exactly, but I'm pretty sure they are over. Last I saw, which was just a few days ago, they were at 88, which is 3 over. Didn't someone just Maddox Kopp transferred to another school. I don't know
he was
if
already
someone
in the portal,
actually
right?
left. Yes, he was already in the
someone
portal.
said it's actually 9 on the top. Maybe one was getting covered by the logo.
9.
So it's 9. Can they make 9 spots? My answer to this is yes.
I'm trying my best here to pull this up.
They are what I think they're going to do is bring in as many as they possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And I've mentioned this before, but for anyone who wasn't watching those shows, there's waves to this. The first wave is who wants to leave. The second wave is it might be a good idea to leave.
Mm-hmm.
The third wave is you got to go.
You ain't playing.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously these guys don't have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
No one has to leave. They're put on scholarship. But as this is kind of the ugly part of things, like eventually you can just show guys the door and just say like, hey, look, you're not in the plans. We're going to have to go in a different direction. And then usually a player will, go to the portal after that.
Right.
So if they need 12 spots, they'll find 12 spots.
They will. We're still early, man.
Yeah.
We're still very early. We had the early signing period, but National Signing Day is not till February 1st. So things will work itself out. I just pulled up.
Oh, and we have to include Shiloh.
Oh, yeah. And Shiloh, of course, too. He's
Yeah.
coming. So 9 at least spots that have to be opened
10.
up. Well,
Plus the 2 that they're already. Someone in the comments said they're -2 in the scholarship category right now.
so it's still at 88. So -3.
-3.
Yes.
So what I say, 12. They
Yeah.
need 13 spots potentially. Obviously, they're not going to get every guy that we said they should get, but they might get some guys that we don't even know about yet. So
Well, signing day. They're going to sign more recruits.
that's true, man. There's going to be an awkward moment coming soon for some guys.
There are. And just looking through, if you go to Adam Munster Tigers, Colorado Buffaloes football post-early signing day eligibility chart, he's got the scholarships breaking down there, and you can kind of look at it all. I'm not going to call out names on here, but just looking through there, there's names that can...
I was going to say, in a different world, we could do a whole show
yes.
just saying like, all right, he could go,
Yes.
but that seems messed up.
Dre and I kind of did that in the nicest way possible last
I
week.
listened to that show on a plane ride.
Love that.
It was good.
Thank you. Let's get to questions, comments, suggestions.
Thumbs down. We got a thumbs down. That means everyone's got to jump in
Aw.
there and drown out that thumbs down with your thumbs up. We're only at 80. We can definitely double that by the end of the show, but I'd say we
Yes.
make the goal 200 by the end of the show.
Let's do it. We
Appreciate
got
you
close
guys.
yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
First question. Any chance the holdup on some of these guys is open scholarships? We just kind of talked about that. I don't know if
No.
it's necessarily a holdup, though.
It's not. I would almost bet you that the guys don't even know what CU's scholarship situation is.
Right.
And I'm pretty confident that Coach Prime and the group also don't care about what the scholarship situation is.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they know that at a certain point, they're going to have to get to 85.
Right.
That's not for a long time. They'll figure it out as time goes on. Nothing will stop them from bringing in top-tier talent if they want to come to Boulder.
Mm-hmm. Next question from our guy Sean Camp. Any word on Keontae Goodwin? Yeah, we put him in our list. Didn't we put him in the he coming?
Did we?
I can't remember.
There's too many names.
Do you still have the list?
I don't think Goodwin was on there.
He is. I thought I put him on there.
What is he? Who is he?
Offensive tackle from Kentucky, the guy from 2022 that didn't get on the field. It
Then
was
he's
like-
definitely on there.
yeah, he's definitely
he
on
is
there.
definitely on there.
No, he's on there as Goodwin. He may not be in. He may be coming. Didn't really see the field for Kentucky last year. We'll wait and see. Another one from Sean about Jordan Birch from South Carolina. Looking his stuff up now. Defensive lineman, 6'6", 268, a little lean. But 7.5 tackles for a loss last year, 3.5 sacks, 60 total tackles, 3 passes defensed, and a fumble recovery. Sounds like one of the better defensive line candidates that we were talking about today.
Definitely defensive end.
Yes, defensive end.
Yeah, would be nice to have. It's interesting. We're in this early phase here where we haven't heard the offers, we haven't heard the rumblings. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's, like I said, there's going to be guys who weren't even on our list who eventually are going to surface.
Right.
And we're going to be like, oh, look at this former 5-star who is interested in CU.
which is Jordan Birch. He was a former 5-star.
There you go. There you
in
go.
the 2020 class. According to 247, 17th player overall in that class, number 4 defensive tackle, best player in the state of South Carolina. Compared to Jeffrey Simmons in his 247 report. Just entered the transfer portal today.
Shout out to Ryan there for the 99-cent super chat. Appreciate
go.
you.
Thank you. Next question, Yaya.
Look at the people coming through. We're already at 125 thumbs up.
Love them.
We're gonna hit 200 before the show ends.
Yes, sir. The running back from FSU, Ward. Yes, I almost put him on this. I wish I had the first name. Trayshawn, I think is his name. Yes, Treshaun Ward. Pulling up his 247 link now. Was a 3-star recruit in 2019, listed at 5'10", 192 from Tampa, Florida. Entered the transfer portal 2 days ago. Give me a second. I'll pull up his stats.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm going to say about this one. I'm in on getting anyone from FSU just to watch their fans melt down. Those fans are, I've used this term, but I think it's the only proper term for them, unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Just an entirely unhinged fan base.
They're pretty wild down there in Florida. Last year, 95 carries, 628 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Wow.
Has been playing for Florida State since 2019, but last year was only listed as a sophomore, so I'm pretty sure he's a classified junior.
Yeah, but then you have the COVID year in there that doesn't count.
Yep.
What was that per carry? Almost 7 yards?
6.6.
Sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up.
Yep, we love that. Is Charles Kelly on campus, and how do we look at safety, Bama Boy says?
We believe everyone should be safe.
Yes. He's on campus,
he
I
is
think.
On campus. He is. I don't know if we've seen any pictures or if he's shown up in a well-off video yet.
No.
I binge-watched well-off videos last night. I didn't see him. But we presume that he was here on Monday.
I can't remember which one I watched. You said you watched all the well-off videos, so does that make me think it's that? It might have been Shiloh's video he put up.
Okay.
But I think someone mentioned that he's here in Boulder.
Oh, okay. Great.
So, yeah, from Travis. Who would you like for kickoff and punt return? Obviously early, but just an eye test for now. No, great question.
Jimmy Horn.
Jimmy Horn, Nico Reed.
Yep.
From last year.
Nico Reed was actually really good.
Yes.
You know, I think a lot of the guys who are on the team, especially from the newer fans, just kind of get glossed over, and there's reasoning for that. Obviously, it's a 1-11 team, but there were some guys who showed serious flashes. Nico Reed was one of them as a returner, and he did a good job as a corner as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've talked about Jordan Tyson and some of the offensive linemen, but that. Yeah, it's going to be a competition between Nico and Jimmy Horn, I would assume. I would give Jimmy Horn the edge.
Yes, Nico Reed in 2021 had a 100-yard kick return against Utah for a touchdown. Last year, man, he got so close so many times. It was literally like 1 tackle, 2 tackles away, and he was gone. Yeah. So he only averaged 22.6 yards per kick return, no touchdowns, of course. But as we mentioned, he was very, very close.
It's also should be noted that he returned a lot because there were a lot of games in which you thought our best chance of scoring is probably a Nico Reed kick return.
Legitimately,
just
though.
Wherever you catch it, send it.
Yep. Next guy, just pulled up his stuff. What about Tyrone Broden from Bowling Green?
Oh, I heard that name.
He plays.
Did you bring that name up?
Well, he's from Bowling Green, obviously. Wide receiver. I don't think he's the guy we were thinking about, the super tall guy.
I think it is him.
He's only listed at 6'4", 185
okay.
here.
I swear that was the name.
Maybe it is. Let me check
Broden really sticks out to me.
School page. But last year for Bowling Green, 32 receptions, 506 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's the guy.
It is? Okay. Pulling up his Bowling Green page now, and it says it's just a picture of him going up and mossing someone. Yeah, 6'7", 210.
There we go.
Yeah, that's him.
Again, I said they've got limited space for wide receivers. If someone brings a unique skill set that no one else has, Like maybe he had a 3-inch growth spurt over the last year. That's probably why he's entering the transfer portal.
Are you?
We'll see about that. So there you go. If you bring a 6'7" guy on the field, then that could be a game changer in terms of, well, we don't have a lot of room for wide receivers. We have room for you.
Yep. I'm pulling up. Kevin
Multiple
Coleman's.
people saying he just committed. So there you go. There's one that technically, speaking of wide receivers, opens up a wide receiver spot in my opinion, because
for sure.
I thought I had him as a lock.
Well, and I think the coaches had him as a lock too.
Yep.
And he has just committed to Louisville.
Well, good for him. We will see how that goes.
Very interesting. All right, next question. What is the temp in the QB room since Shedeur has been given the starting QB1 role?
The thing about the QB room is there wasn't one.
Yeah.
So no one can say anything.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain this to you other than like Deion Sanders is so infinitely better than anything that Colorado put on the field last year, or honestly for the last several years, that there's there could be no protest from anyone about him being the instant QB1. The only people who might have a case are the 2 freshmen coming in.
I was going to say the only one that could have maybe even had a case was Owen McCown, and he took care of that himself by leaving. Next question, Yaya. Hey, guys. Great show as always. Thank you. What do y'all think about Carson Steele coming to CU? Is he still available?
He already committed to UCLA.
Yes, he did.
Seems like an awesome kid.
He seems like a dog, too.
Yes, he does. They posted some funny videos of him yesterday after he committed and different quirky things about him.
I'm going to have to look that up. Last year, he ran for over 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns.
It's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yep. Trey Saunders is at TCU. That means he never was offered. Who are we in on? I don't know if that means he never was offered, but I think that's a correct assumption.
I don't think we ever heard that he was.
Yeah.
So. And he it's kind of sad because he tweeted at Coach Prime saying he wanted to come. So clearly could have had him if they wanted him.
They got to have a plan at running back then.
Yes. I mean, I think the plan is try to get a big back, if not more carries for Dylan Edwards.
Dylan Edwards and Hank.
Yes, and you have Hankerson, you have Deion Smith. Like, it's not as if they don't have any guys. It's just Dylan Edwards is so dynamic. I know, like, it's going to be one of those things where the coaching staff just has to keep reminding themselves, like, you can't overwork him. You can't overwork him, while also fighting with the urge to just be like, but every time he touches the ball, it could be going for 6.
Right. What bowl game is CU going to next year?
What do they call the one they're playing? The national championship? No, Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl. Let's do it. Wouldn't that
know.
be fun?
Las Vegas Bowl.
That'd be great.
Just thinking of the ones I want to go to.
Yeah. I don't know. If
Fiesta Bowl, sure. Sign me up.
Put them in one of those like Fenway Park Bowls or something too. That'd be fun.
Be cool. I don't want to go there. I'll do the one in San Diego.
Okay, there you
that
go.
One's at that one's at the baseball stadium.
Don't they do it at Yankee Stadium?
Oh,
too?
that one has the best name too. The San Diego County Credit Union
Holiday Bowl.
Holiday
Right?
Bowl.
Oh, fantastic. From John, great job, guys. You guys hitting the game tonight? Yes, go Buffs. I'll be there. Are you going?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm a GTD.
All right.
Game time decision. Literally with our friends at Game Time. It's going to be based on
the
prices
Great
over
job. It's been pretty empty. I think you'll have a good shot at getting a good deal.
152 likes. We're going to hit 200 before this is over,
Let's
but we're almost out of
go.
questions.
Michael asks, if we land Cormani McLean, will he rate higher than Darryl Scott, Marcus Houston, Ryan Miller?
Wow, great question. I don't remember. Obviously, all 3 of those guys were 5-star recruits. I don't remember where they ranked. I don't think any of them were the number 1 player in the country because Cormani McLean is behind 1 player.
Yep.
His name is Arch Manning. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
That doesn't sound familiar.
I don't think I know I know Daryl Scott and Marcus Houston were the number one running backs in the country. I don't think they were the number one players in the country. So the answer would probably be yes, you would rank higher than them.
Just says on 247, according to the composite, second player nationally, as you said, number one corner, number one from Florida.
There you go.
Next question.
What site did you get the
Oh, it's on the screen. Oh. How crazy you guys think spring portal will be compared to now? I mean, I don't even know if we can put expectations on this just because it's going to get, I think, crazy just around college football. This is like kind of the time last year where a lot of the more notable moves were made, the Caleb Williams moves. The bigger prospects took a little while last year into the spring before actually making decisions.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I'm interested to see at what point they start clearing space. And I think that will answer our question. Also, just so you know, the ones on the right are bigger than the ones on the left, so your eyes gravitate to them.
Yes. Make your eyes better. From Jared. Which site did you get the Shedeur Legendary shirt from?
I don't know. Probably one that was linked on his Twitter or his Instagram at some point.
Okay.
So yeah, it's actually like a lot of these times I buy so many T-shirts. So if I see a cool design anywhere, I buy it, and if it's black, of course. And a lot of times these come on just absolute shit T-shirts. And I wear them like twice and never again because they're so uncomfortable. This one, high quality.
It looks like
High
it.
quality. It's comfy.
I got the site for you, ss2legendary.com.
There you go.
There you go.
Support our guy. Hopefully we'll be supporting him with DNVR merch.
Yes.
Soon enough.
That would be great.
But until then, I'm not going to hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good shirt.
Sean, again, my guy, with the super chat, too. Any traction with the baddie kid from USF? I saw, when I was making this tier list, his name pop up on Twitter.
Running back too, right?
Brian Beatty, Batty, don't know how to say that exactly, but yes, running back. Let me find his 247 page.
Speaking of Batty.
Yeah, go for it.
Yesterday, someone compared Tyler Brown to Evan Batty. And for those of you who don't know, that is like one of the highest compliments that a CU fan can pay someone, comparing him to Evan Batty. Evan Batty was a basketball player up until last season who is like the fan favoritist of fan favorites. Just adored, a 10 out of 10 kid off the court, an awesome player on the court, a person who will literally be a legend forever. So I when I saw that, like, I was like, this is about the highest compliment you can pay to Tyler Brown.
Fantastic
like,
compliment.
He looks like the next Tyler Batty or Evan Batty.
Brian Batty was a 3-star recruit in 2020. He's a Florida boy. Last year for the Bulls, 176 rushing attempts, 1,186 yards, 6.7 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns, added 14 receptions for 91 yards. If they have these guys with Jimmy how are they so bad?
That's what I was just going to say. They got a 1,000-yard back on 7 yards of carry. What happened?
I don't know. Who was their coach, man?
It's a good question. But they were like one of the worst teams in the country. Right alongside us.
Yeah, every week when I looked at the just like
bottom 25 or whatever.
Well, that too, but the just rankings, rushing yards per game, all that stuff, they were right down there with them.
What the heck?
Or rushing yards against, I should say. Jeff Scott was their head coach last year.
Unfamiliar.
Yeah.
Heck, Jimmy Horn can get on the horn, if you will.
Yeah.
Give him a call.
Craig in the comments says USF equals no defense. So
okay.
Very similar to CU.
Except they maybe
CU didn't have any offense either, though. Bacon and Cash with the super chat.
Giving us some of that notable cash.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bacon. Odds of Rob J hopping in the portal. Unfortunately, I don't think they're as high as we all would like them to be.
Tell you this, if he enters the portal, we'll be the first to offer.
100%.
We will be the first to offer. By the way, 164 on the likes. Come on, we could do it. We can hit 200.
Keep on hitting it.
I believe that's 36 more we need.
Yeah.
Quick math.
Rob J, I'm going to try for very soon to have him back.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, we want them all. Like we want Rob J back, of course. I would love to get Andre Hart on the show.
Oh yeah.
He has such great energy. He seems like he's hilarious. Obviously, any of the coaching staff would be great. Coach Prime is the golden, the golden goose. But any of the Sanders family, hoping to do NIL stuff with those guys. So hopefully this is just the start.
Yep.
And you guys will be able to say, I remember when they were just talking those two. Now they've got Shedeur on every week.
Or how about what everyone in the comments is saying, Mr. Travis Hunter?
There you go. I would love Travis Hunter. Such a fascinating kid. I already told you we're gonna go fishing with him.
Yeah, we are. It's gonna be fun.
We do have 2 hunters on the staff.
There you go. Another question from John there. Which player are you trying to have on next or Coach Kelly?
We'll see.
I was going to say, we could make a whole tier list of potential DNVR guests.
Tier list. I think the fans should do that.
Yeah.
The listeners should make us a tier list, a guest tier list, and we'll start going after the S tier.
Someone do that. Make your tier list of DNVR Buffs primetime guests, and we will we'll vet the S tier and try our best.
Yes. I mean, I don't see any reason why we won't be able to get these guys.
Yeah.
We can also offer them a delicious meal here at the DNVR bar, and depending on their age, a beer.
And some Breckenridge brews, yes.
Exactly.
Comment from Lawrence.
Travis said, "Take Travis ice fishing." No, I'm not doing that to him.
I don't think he'd like that.
I'm not doing that to him.
Kim,
Also, ice fishing, of all the fishings,
I know.
it's the worst one. Unless you are just there to drink,
Right.
in which case it's the best one.
There you go. Lawrence asks, what is the status of Anthony Robinson? He committed early last month, but isn't showing committed on 247. We've talked about this a few times. Honestly, man, I don't really know. I've heard maybe he's a preferred walk-on, but as you said, he's not on 247, and his recruit page on 247 doesn't show he's committed either. So,
A little awkward. That's all I'll say.
yeah. To say the least.
23 more likes. We can do it.
Can we do it? I don't have anything else to say, though.
Uh-oh. That's not good. We have like 12 seconds to get 23 more likes. We're over an hour.
Oh, we're over an hour.
Travis said you need whiskey on the ice. You absolutely do. And
Yeah.
Travis is not old enough for us to give him whiskey.
No. Maybe if he stays around till his junior or
Senior
senior season, that off season, we could do some cool stuff with him.
Something tells me he's just never going to be an ice fisherman.
Yeah. Something tells me he may not be here past his 3rd year out of high school either.
That is also true. And who knows what position he'll be getting drafted in the first round at.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of Travis Hunter Film Room tomorrow. I promise. It's coming.
Ooh, Travis Hunter Film Room on the DNVR.com.
Another thing.
Is that diehards only?
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll
All
see.
right.
Monday, some homework. Watch the rest of the Coach Prime documentary
great
series on
point.
Amazon. Episodes 3 and 4 are out.
So what's funny is my plan for this was I assumed they were going to announce dates to roll these out.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to be like, let's do a post-game show. Like,
Yeah.
like if they announced it for like next Thursday at 5 p.m., I'm like, okay, well, let's all like say we're going to watch it at 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 7 o'clock, we'll do a post-game show. They just randomly, they never announced it. They just randomly dropped them today. So Monday we'll talk.
201 likes. We got it. Let's go.
The people always come through for us.
Jamel, what's up, man? He asked, is Ralphie always a female? Yes.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I think that's it then.
Except for in the movie A Christmas Story.
Really?
Main character's name is Ralphie.
Oh, yes. I was like, wait, Ralphie's in that?
Deion Sanders really see you on everywhere, man, if he's on a Christmas Story.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he's going back 50 years and putting
They're
Ralphie
gonna
the
go
Buffalo
remaster A Christmas Story.
in. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I think that's it for today.
Love it. Great show.
Great
Appreciate
show.
the commenters. You guys always come through for us. We hit 200. I'm sure we'll hit even more once this baby goes archived on YouTube.
Yeah.
So love you guys.
Yep, for sure. We'll be back tomorrow with another show. Remember, watch the Coach Prime documentary. We'll be ready to talk about that on Monday. Until tomorrow, Go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.